welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in, come on, I've got intel. The planetary energies today, darling dears. The sun is spending its last days in Cancer. Yes, baby, nostalgic Cancer, giving you a little bit more time to look back at the past and relive old memories. God, this is why I'm wearing my moldavite crystal. Let no weapon formed against me or thee prosper in the name of the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. Use this feminine energy, right? This sentimental solar energy to nurture those that nurture you, darling dears, that water your garden as you water theirs. Do these small but meaningful gestures soon before the moon makes the leap from what? Sensitive Taurus into what? Sometimes thoughtless Gemini. Right. Got it? Got it. Good. The moon will be entering Gemini in a couple of days. Duo, two. And it will shift your focus of others onto yourself, darling dear. If your emotional needs are at the forefront of your actions, it could cause you to leave a lot of hurt in your wake, darling dears. Unfortunately, right, you could be in too much of a hurry or not self-aware enough to realize most of the pain that you will cause once the moon makes its leap from Taurus to the Gemini, darling dears. So it takes you completely by surprise to know that someone close to you is upset with you for something you did, big cat. Whilst you can't go back, we don't have a time machine, because if we did, those time travelers from yesteryear would be in your presence. Right? You can still what? Definitely apologize to whom you may have what? Inadvertently or advertently hurt, darling dear, especially if they're in your circle of love, darling dears. Apologize. Right, let's push on at a hot trot, because this is outrageous. We're moving on, darling dears, we're moving on. We're going to look at what? The 5 languages of a good apology. How to really deliver what needs to be delivered. Also, it will make you realize the red flags of when the skullduggeress tried to apologize to you to ensnare your energies, darling dears. When you are what? Peter 1:9. What's that? One of a chosen generation of light, our seed, sent to uplift the whole of the soul on this Malkuth, darling dears. Right. A good apology. Well, number 1, you must express regret, or they, them, and must express true regret. I'm sorry that I lost my temper and shouted at you. I'm sorry that I lost my temper and spoke out of turn, called you out your name, did this and that. Right? The second thing is what? The accepting of responsibility, darling. Them saying that I was wrong, I shouldn't have done it. They have to name exactly what they did, or what you did, darling dear. You have to name it so that you can bring that shame out and what? Mend fences. The next part of the apology is making restitution, darling dears. Just saw 4-4 on the counter, meaning on the right path, darling dears. The restitution is what? I know I hurt you. What can I do to make it up? The fourth thing is what? Genuine repenting, darling dear. Repenting. I want to change my behaviors. Can we think of ways that will help me stop doing this? They want you to think, darling dear, but you better think. Get gangster quiet as you learn to what? Respond and not react, darling dear. The last part is what? Requesting your forgiveness. They have to say things like what? I value our relationship. I hope you can forgive me. If all of these 5 things are not wrapped up in an apology, and there is a big but where they want to what? Be shape-shifting and mean. They are soulless. Yes, baby. And they should be goalless, darling dear. Because that but should come with consequences. Of what? Easter Island, Stevie Wonder. Yeah. Well, guess what, big cats? I had another dream last night. Oh my God. It was so hot in the UK yesterday. The temperatures reached what? 41 degrees. Never heard of before. And you know why? Because of CERN, darling dear. What? Starting up the Hadron Collider on the 5th of July. 2022, darling dear. It's still running. Yeah. And consequences are on the tableau. This is why I told you, big cat. We have to pray and cover everyone on this Malkuth. Our prayers are being heard. Why? Because we're Peter 1-9, a chosen generation of light workers starseed. So therefore, the apology will be discussed, darling dear, as we lean back in what? Hakuna Matata! Hakuna Matata! What? No worries, darling dear, for the rest of your days as you understand your place on this Malkuth. Are you ready? Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in. Baby, it was so hot yesterday. Hades hot, right? The kind of hot that even under the fan of righteousness, my fan was righteous yesterday. Someone doesn't want me to talk about what I'm talking about. Well, guess I'm here. It's buffering, but I'm going to hold on, Scotty, because I'm a determined cat. I can't be deterred when I've got what? Messages and massages to deliver. Everything's going wrong. What's going on? Let me just plug in my microphone. So somebody don't like my microphone. Really? I'm going to give the Doppler remix today. Get used to it. Right? I've always got my shiznai on hand. How about that? Somebody really doesn't want me to say what I've got to say. Well, we're going to talk about the apologies, darling dears, as we dive in, as we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way shows and spiritual guides, as above, so below, from Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies, big cat. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. I insist. As I was saying, it was so hot. Then around the 8 p.m., it started to rain. And as I was about to put my foot on the stairs, I gathered up my motivation to get off the bed because I wasn't sweating like I was being cursed, darling dear, because I'd taken a shower. My son was like, Mom, it's raining. Aren't you going outside? He was already downstairs before me. Listen, my child and my progenies know the assignment, darling dear. And the rain that we had outside, it was sporadic, but it was the fat raindrops that when it lands on you, it spreads out. I was dancing in the rain. I wasn't naked because I didn't want to frighten the progeny, right? But I was enjoying it. Must be afoot for me and my progeny. Yes, baby. So then I spoke to my good friend Maddie. Yes, who told about the pH of the waters. The water that we buy, we must pay attention to the pH value on the bottle, because us as what? Spiritual beings in this human experience, our natural pH is around the 7.4 or 5. So therefore you must get a water that is higher than that. So I was like, where am I going to go? Because I'm not leaving my house, not even at gunpoint. I'm in this heat to go and seek the water. So I let my fingers do the walking. Straight to that what? Online what? Aladdin's Cave, Amazon. And I found the what? Actify, right? Water, which is what? 9 pH and above, India. And then I decided to do what? Cross-referencing, because they were it's selling 12 bottles, right, for £19.99. I was thinking that's a lot of money for water, but when it's your health, darling dear, which is your wealth, don't cut corners, because those corners will cut you. It will come back and give it to you without the Vaseline at a later date. Right? So I cross-referenced it with what the price is at Tesco's, because I spend a lot of time in Tesco's because it's near to where I live, right? And they was charging £2 per 1 litre bottle for the Actify, and I was like, good God, straight back to that online Amazon cave, right? The Aladdin cave, online, ordered my waters, right? Going to be getting some organic lemons, and I said I'm going to be doing the water fast with my 2 progenies that are here. So for the first bottle that we're going to consume, it's going to have what? Pure lime in it, organic lime squeezed into it. They're not going to love it. They're going to try and rebel, but I will be in control and in constant contact with my kitchen so they can't cheat, right? Because we have to what? Detoxify ourselves, darling dears. Why do I say that? I say that to say this, darling dear. I say that to say this. I had a dream last night. My dreams have been off the chain. Why? Because I did my I had to what? Remake up, knock up some more what? Irish moss, because I was at crisis point, guys. It was nearly done. So I made it again, soaked it in water, bottled water for 15 hours, and then I washed it like it was like I was being chased, darling. I washed it, got all of the impurities off of it, chopped it up a little bit, put it in my blender with more bottled water, right? And then I added my shelled hemp seed. I added my blue spirulina. Yes, baby, I put that bitch right in. Yes, yes. I also put in my turmeric and some ginger. It went to a lovely green kind of deep green, olive green kind of a shade, right? Absolutely love it. Been taking it ever since. My dreams have been off the chain. Anyhow, I say that to say this. The dream I had last night, right? I was in this house. It seemed like a bit of a Big Brother house. I was there with other souls, and we was looking for what ascension. There were certain tasks that we had to perform, right? We was getting along great. And what? The sister that I excommunicated with a what? Bottom feeding cousin turned up in my dream. The same cousin, right, that had the effrontery, right, to come up to me at my younger sister's night. And night is when we all get together to celebrate the person's life before the funeral, right? This cousin who I wouldn't speak to, again, not in this life or any other, in the name of the Most High, because they're a back front neck tabbing snake, anyhow, came up to me as I was minding my business at the night and tapped me on my shoulder. I turned around and saw it was her. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't turn my shapely back fast enough. How dare she? She's thinking that she could come and speak to me again. Is she mad? Anyway, these two, the dream was going along fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. We was completing tasks, working together, right? And then my sister turned up with the skullduggerous cousin. And then I found out that the cousin owned the house that we was in. So then I said, but I want to be in ownership of the house. All of a sudden, the contract was shown to me for the house, and it said on the, and she said, right, the contract was sent to you, but you didn't sign it. Right? Let me tell you something, right? Then the same cousin took the giant television screen, the television, and took it into another room and left a tiny screen, right? 2 tiny screens in its place to give us whatever information we needed. I looked for a big glass picture window, and I saw this same cousin and the excommunicated sister working together. Then I woke up and went to my lexicon of dreams, darling dears. I'll show you them. Let me bring it up so that you can. I had this book. I told you about this book of dreams. I bought it in the early 90s, and then I had it so long it went to tatters. So when I was pregnant with my one and only son, I went to New York for 3 days. The number 3, darling dear, that throttle has been chasing me for a long time. And I went to a bookstore, and I only had the pages inside, but I forgot to bring it with me that day. I went to the section where it's got all of the book on dreams, and I selected a book. When I got back home, I matched the pages to the book because I didn't know the name. I picked up the same book, darling dears. Right, let me come out of this, and I'll show you what books I actually use. Is it going to mess about with me now? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me take that screen out. Right, go back into this. Go back to here, screenshot it. This was the book. I'm telling you, it's a wealth of information. And I've got this as backup in case I can't get it there. Sometimes I might have to take it to the net, but not very often. Between this duo, me have it all under control, and I know what's going on. And it's a sign for you to what? Read those things, darling dear. Yes, baby. Anyhow, I looked to see what contracts meant. Right? A signed contract meant a promotion, right? But it was that particular house, right? The house The contract's meant, right, that when you don't sign a contract, you're about to be promoted in ways that you can't even believe, darling dear. Anyhow, I don't know who that message is for, but it's for somebody that's here, that they try to stop us by buffering the videos, right? By what? Trying to cut out my microphone. Good God, all of this, I'm ready for it. I told you, Big Cat comes through with a straight hiya in a spiritual sense, darling dear. Anyhow, before we press on, darling dears, let's give it a quick run through of who's in the comments. Second one, Big Cat Wave. Glad you could pop in, darling dear. Oh, where's my musics? We're listening to the Kaizen Blue. Kaizen Blue, over. Yes, baby. Touch my soul. From since I first heard it. We've also got Diana. Pinky's up. Divinely guided goddess. Hello. Big Cat Wave. We've also got what? Teresa Chambers. Well, go on, Teresa. Teresa Green, darling dear. You must go out and touch a tree today. Now I've told you, you're tasked with it, darling dear. Give it a good old hug. Get the wisdom of the trees. We've also got a honeycomb. Listen. They are nothing but what? Bees in a trap, darling dear. When they come in your presence, they're tongue-tied. We got Queen of the South. Blanche Devereaux, darling dears. Le Peur. What's going on? We've got the Lynn Hampton. Hello, Lynn. Pinky's up. Big Cat Wave. Alexis Holmes. Wagwan. Glad you could pop in on your busy co-creating day. Anyhow, got to press on because I can be such a chatty cat. Mocha sipped. Because I ain't getting smoked. Not getting smoked. As I said, Big Cat. Hakuna Matata. Are you good? Are you what? Comfortable in your chairs? Got your mochas? Right. Let's dive in. One fell on my hand, darling dear. And what's Thursdays? I guess I'm supposed to read this one first. Thursdays is represented what? By the devil card in tarot, darling dears. Yes, baby. Lean in. Lean in. Somebody's going to come through with a bullshit apology. Can't you see the red flag at half mast? I already told you. I've just told you what? The embodiment of a true apology, darling dears. Make sure that list is checked off before you invite them into your inner sanctum. They will kill you from the inside out. Take your hairline. They don't care about your edges, blood. They don't want you with a reverse fry attack. Interrupting me again with another advert, darling dear. Somebody doesn't want me to get this message out. They want me to be taken off my gangster so that I forget what I've got to say. Well, I won't forget because I've got the memory of an elephant. Just like that elephant in India. As I was saying, Thursdays represented by the X. Or the letter X, darling dear, for excommunicated. I know it's not spelled like that, but guess what? Just go with it, darling dear. Grasp it and move on. It also speaks about what? Self-defense, darling dear. Go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video. Someone may be coming to what? Give you a two-piece and not a KFC dinner, darling dear. Yes. All of this and that. It also speaks about what? Meditation as well as study. Seeking knowledge today, darling dear. Knowledge is afoot, but you have to be what? At that plateau. The plateau of what? Feeling as though you're stuck. You are not stuck. When the student is ready, the master appears. Remember, I told you that. Pinky's up. It's also represented by the number 60, 61, 62, and 63, darling dear. Capricorn energy. Yes, baby. It speaks about someone who is a hedonist. Yes. Caught up in all of their addictive behaviors of what? Drugs and alcohol and abusing others. This person is evil and manipulative and not above physical abuse, darling dear. It also speaks about what? Being tempted, darling dear. You better not get off your flip-flop, darling dears. Common sense must prevail. Yeah. It also speaks about what? Codependence and a one-night stand. They just want to quickly drop off a quick soul tie, darling dear. And soul tie is not always what? Delivered through what? Sexual actions, darling dear. You can be tied to what? The wicked. Through what? Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because that speaks the truth. Pinky's up. It can be what tied in a friendship, darling dear, where you're in bed with a frenemy, somebody who's got a blade for you at every turn, but they come with what, the listening ear, the ear hustling ear, that they get on the balls of their feet with your intimate what details to bring to what idiots, darling dear, idiot versus oh, because they're going what, a reverse in their finances, darling dear. He's going down Bobby Brown. And the world card on its face speaks about what? Sputnik, the wicked. They're watching you on the World Wide Web, trying to find out intel about you. Trying to find a way to what? Come through with this bullshit apology, full of bull swanky and heinous crimes. And they will put a big butt in it. Let me tell you something. Don't allow that butt. From you hear the butt, you have to what? Walk away. Walk away. Hang up the phone. Minus the big cat. I've told you. This is what? A PSA for all big cats, darling dear. Personal safety announcement. Fayo on its face, represented by the letter F and O. Just giving you a moment to get all of the swear words out. Right? F and O to means what? Fucking obstreperous, blood. What's that? Noisy and extremely difficult to handle, darling dear. You are not quiet in the face of the skullduggerous, who are what? Skulls buckets. And they're what? Tree sloth. Yes, baby, straight from the crevice of the devil's balls. I told you about it. We also see the devil here, darling dear. Their world is going down Bobby Brown, and they want to take what? A helpmate with them. Big cat, do you have a vacant orifice? Right, to help one of these tenants, these time-traveling tenants. Right, when I say vacant orifice, I'm not talking about just your good. It could be a listening ear to confuse you, and it will have you in an entanglement before you know what's going on. Pay attention, darling dear. Their world has what? Is not the same as yours. You are living a different life, a high vibrating life. You're a light, darling dear. As I told you, we are Peter 1:19 of a chosen generation sent to what? Battle for those that can't battle, darling dears. We do it through prayer, and we need to pray against what? CERN. Every day, drop a prayer of what? Binding it in its wickedness. They had to put up clouds, darling dear, clouds that was dark, with red stripes through it, darling dear. Listen, anything I tell you, you can check, Be a keyboard gangster. Check out everything I say. Find it out for yourself. I don't tell you any lies, but I will what? Get your cranium working for you to what? Go and find out for yourself. Nothing like knowledge, darling dear, because knowledge is power. And power is power, and I'll have nothing else said. Right, let's push on at a hot. It's still proper hot, blood. Had to get my Beyonce on. Got the fan working overtime. Anybody that doesn't have a fan in their home, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for what you went through last night, because I'm telling you, it was proper hot. 41 in the degrees. When I looked at my thermometer yesterday, right, at 10 o'clock, it was at 28 degrees. Unheard of temperatures that we've ever had in the UK, darling dear. Weather person has no control over this. Why? Because the Hadron Collider is still doing its thing, darling dear, as they attempt to open what? Gateways to different dimensions. And they're seeking what? A black hole, which will obliterate everyone on this Malkuth. But like I said, we will lock it and bind it with every prayer that we give up to the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. Right, let's press on. The first one that came to my hand was this one. Let me get the book. Can I find the book? I believe it's the what? Chakra Insight Oracle. Do we look at this card? Or do we not? But they came out. But they came out for a reason. But I haven't shuffled. Listen, I'm not going to be ruminating over this. These came up for a reason. We're meant to... Oh! And it's not a duo. It's a throuple. Patience, darling dear. From a wise woman. Patience, what? The size of a mustard seed. Why? Because certain things are going to be revealed to you. We have a white wolf in the background, darling dear. The wolf of what? Your subconscious. As this seed is about to what? Come out of the basket of what? The subconscious, the Most High, of infinite possibilities. Be wise, darling dear, because you have a gift. What did I just say? You have to share your gift. Your gift as a healer. Listen, let me tell you something. My cards don't ramp when they're coming through with the true for you. Remember I told you that. We must look at all of these and get this one high so that you can see what's going on. I've got the book. I'm not going to read all of the meanings of the cards. We've got 3 cards. 1, 2, or 3. You decide, Big Cat. Which meaning do you want to hear? 1, 2, or 3. The first one to put a comment in, we're going to go with you because you are being guided. We've got what, Charlotte? Charlotte Marie, Wagwan, Charlotte, you good? With the number 3. We're going to have to go with you, Charlotte. You was the first one I saw. We're going to speak about what? Ra. Am I looking at the right book? No, I wasn't. This happened before in a read. Remember, if you've been rocking with me for a time, I picked up this book, right? When this was meant to be given reading. You see, everything is a sign, darling dears. We have the 2 flowers right on our crane, right next to our 3rd eye, lining it up, darling dear. What is the purple? Is that wisdom, darling dear. About to be lifted onto you today. Yes. Isn't that, Big Cat? Pay attention to the signs because there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's your ancestral team going, look over this way. Love it. I don't hate it. Big Cat, I can't make it up. Divine intervention is here. Divine messages. Look where Ra is. On page 144, the 144,000. The chosen, darling dear. The chosen. Right, I can't wait for this, mate. If I was standing up, I'd be hopping from foot to foot. Right, let's dive into this intel. It says what? Share your gift. The perfect time is now. Say yes and show up. Ra, pronounced Ra or Re, was the god of heaven, the sun and the origin of life in Egyptian mythology. Described as a creator of everything, he was powerful and popular, and his worship or enduring. That some scholars say that Egyptian religion had only one god, Ra. The Egyptians built solar temples in his honor, and throughout the dynastic periods, he took many other blended forms such as Ra, I can't even pronounce this, Anam-Ra, Ra, Horaketi, I don't know how to pronounce that, guys, but I'll give it to you in a minute so you can have a look. Ra was a high priest in Atlantis and watches over those who are now discovering their ancient and Atlantean gifts. Big Cat. Discovery is afoot, and I was just telling you about the what actify, right? Water and the what water cleanse that I'm making them do it, blood, as well as me doing it on Saturday. So if you want to join me with that, do it, darling dear. It says, whilst you are waiting, what do you keep putting off until tomorrow? You're locked in a frustrating cycle of inaction, and it's holding you back from contributing, creating, and sharing. Ra leads you into his temple and declares, the world needs what you have to give. There's no such thing as a perfect time to share your creations and energy. Have you used every excuse under the sun for why you can't do what you need to do? Some of you are holding back, starting your channels, starting your businesses. Why are you waiting? Your intel is of import. You have to be the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anyhow, this procrastination is a smokescreen, smokeation indicated, Big Cat, for your fears. Yes, it can feel scary to reveal your ideas and talents, but this is what we need from you. Sharing your deepest gifts will open the heart of humanity. Don't wait anymore, or you'll be waiting your whole life. Take guided action now, not later. Give generously of your radiant sun's light. It will be returned to you multiplied, and you'll feel more alive than ever before. There are times when patience, we already saw the patience, this ain't the time for patience. Everything just lined up, darling dear, with thruple. Anyhow, right? There are times when patience and more preparation are needed, but not now. This is a definite yes to move forward and place your gifts on the collective sacred altar. You'll need You'll never feel completely ready to give your deepest soul gifts. So start now. Additional message. Launch a new business or project. What did I just say, Big Cat? If you've been waiting for your confirmation, it's here. Screenshot it and read it at your leisure. I'm also seeing the screen. Babe, did you just see that? The screen went all funny and I saw the words being dragged. Some dark energy is trying to prevent you from seeing this. Today is what? Wednesday. What's today? It's about your solar plexus. Be confident, darling dear. And it's also the Mercury energies, right? Okay, let's dive a bit deeper. The solar plexus is ruled by Archangel Michael. Use Archangel Michael in your prayers. Call Archangel Michael in your prayers, right? The solar plexus is ruled by what? Big Cat Leo energy, and it also speaks about a direction of east. So we must take the knee and pray facing east. You got to get your compasses out today, darling dears, because your prayers will be heard. Heard? Something about hurt, darling dear. If somebody's praying about the hurt that they've gone through, know that you will be what? Kept in the what? Arms of the Most High. Psalms 91:1 today, as you are covered by Ephesians 6:13, the whole armor of God. Who's crying into their fist? Somebody does going to get it, blood. You're going to get blood. More interruptions with the adverts, just as I was making a valid point. Yes, baby. Anyhow, stop that shiznai. As I said, you're meant to see this. The sun energy. We have to take the knee and pray facing the east today. Pray facing the east. What else do we need to know about the solar plexus? The solar plexus is about your personal power, your will, your energy. Yes, and it's also about what? Recalibrating your metabolism, darling dear. DNA reshaping is afoot today, darling dears. Get a compass. You can get one on your phone. You can download it, darling dear. Find the direction of east and take the knee in that direction, darling dear. Some of you don't know what to pray. Being present. And what? In respect of the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis, and Ra, because Ra wants to be mentioned today, darling dear. Yes, baby. Make sure, even in quiet, kneeling quiet, darling dears, but we have to face the east. We see that this is on page 144. I can't kid you. And I can't make it up. You chose it, darling dear. Right, let's press on. Or should I just wrap up the read there? Because I've given you such a what? A cacophony, right? Of certain shiznai you need to be getting to stat. I don't care if you're at work, being imprisoned on the hamster wheel. You can go to the bathroom with your phone, find the direction of east. Don't take the knee in the company bathroom because it's full of skulldugger's wickedness on the floor. But face the east. Close your eyes and open your heart chakra as you will be poured into through your crown chakra today, darling dears. Energy and intel is afoot. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. See you on the astral praying as you pray today, Big Cat. Let's get a card that's got a lot of spiritual meanings on it. I'm going to lead with the what? If I can find it, I will find it. I'm a diligent cat. Where is it? We're going to use the Light Seer Tarot deck, but it's hiding from me at the moment. Aha! Found it! Right, let me slide back up to the deck, darling dears. Oh, Big Cat, look what's on the base of the deck. I told you, every time after I use a deck, I shuffle it, I pray, I put the elastic band to keep all of the energies within it so that they're not falling around, because I don't keep the boxes, except for these two boxes. No, it's not two, it's 3 boxes. Where's the third one? Is it hiding from me? And I don't know why I've kept these boxes. I always throw away the boxes. So this deck is important to someone. This deck is important to someone. And these oracle cards are important to someone. Right. We've got the Empress, darling dear. Didn't I say you've got to nurture others as well as nurture yourself? The ones that nurture you, somebody owes an apology, but you better use the 5 rules of an apology. When you apologize, you better not use a but. Right. I don't why I kept those boxes, but you know how I roll with it. What's going on with my speech? Someone or something is trying to stop these energies. There is messages afoot, darling dears, that we need to pay attention to. The Empress is ruled by what? Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, as well as Venus. Let's go to the planet Venus, darling dear. The planet Venus is the what? Fourth planet, right? The number 4 is about manifestation mode. It also speaks about stability as well as structure. The planet Venus rules with what? Love, beauty, creation. Remember I told you that. Your projects must be what? Set off today, darling dears. This new business, stop procrastinating. This is not the time to wait. It's not the time to hitch. This is the time where we go forward. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, never backwards. And if somebody really did cut you to the white meat, they're going to come through with a bull swanky apology. Don't take them back. What they did, they done did. And they was what? Sent. It was a soul contract. More contract talking, right? Just like in my dream. A contract that you didn't sign up for and you didn't sign for, darling dears. You didn't take that offer. This is why you were separated. This is why you had to walk alone, because you are pregnant. Some of you are pregnant with a child. Some of you was pregnant and gave birth to a star seed, darling dear. A child which will what? Choose the right soul family to be around you. You'll see it. Whether it's a partner, they will choose your partner for you, darling dear, because they will take to this person like no other. If it's a child, you could be in, I don't know, you might be in conversation with somebody, or I don't know, you're in your house, that child will take your phone and call that person, or they'll say that person's name. When you're thinking about it, listen to the words of your progeny today, darling dears. If you haven't, have them, and if you haven't, it's your inner voice, darling dear. It's going to speak up to you, right? It's going to speak into you, but you have to what? Pray, and we have to face east. And if you don't know the prayer to say, just be present for what? It could be 33 seconds, it could be 3 minutes and 33 seconds, but the thruple is very important. I will be taking the knee facing the eastward direction after I finish this read, right? For the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, darling dear, is about to give somewhat intel into our true life's direction. Then the Empress is a nurturer, darling dear. The Empress, whether you're male or female, you'll be today. This is the nurturing, darling dear, right? You know your worth. You've added tax. We've also got the moon energy, and I already told you the skullduggerous moon is about to what? Leave Taurus as it goes into what? Gemini. Gemini is all about communication. Gemini is also the sign of what? Getting and putting out your communications. It's about your mind, how you think. And Gemini is also what? The house of siblings. So you may, and it's also what? The house of neighbors. So a neighbor or a sibling is going to come through with a bull swanky apology, darling dear. Put your third eye on that bitch or Mitch, right? Because you may have to back off the energy. Because if it does, the apology does not. If they're not leading with the 5 steps I told you previously on this video of a good apology, you better make your eyes slitty, and then you must make yourself go like this. Vamos, baby. Minus the big cat. It's devilish energy bringing you back to try and bring you back and ensnare you in the fucking knees, right? And it will set you back 100 steps you took, right? Going forward, it will take you back 1,000 steps. Talking about 1,000, right? We're in the age of Aquarius, darling dears. I told you the age of information, where certain things are being revealed to us. Especially the fact that we're living on a flat earth. Baby, listen. I hear people listen. Don't just take my word. I task you on a daily basis, my dear big cat, to be a keyboard gangster. And if certain intel comes to you, if it resonates with you, darling dears, then you know it to be true. We are on a flat earth, and they've been hoodwinking us for ages. That because all right then, let's go into this, because I'm being nurturing today, and I'm going to drop some knowledge on you. Why would 8 countries of the world, they got together to make an agreement to protect the board, right, at Alaska? Because they don't want us to know there is more land. If we've got more land, that means that we can go, there may be what? Different civilizations. There's also purported to be, right, some of the lands past the Alaskan border, they've got names like Venus, Jupiter, Mars. Come on, pay attention. They said the moon landing was hoodwinked, and I've forgotten the name. Who was it that somebody put it in the comments, because I've got so much information, right? Put it in the comments. Who was supposed to have done the moon landing? I can't remember his name at this moment in time. It's escaping me. But anyhow, we are on a flat earth, guys. We are on a flat earth. When you look down a completely straight road, right, the reason why when you look into the distance, right, it goes all hazy, because of all of those planes they've got going through, right, to put all of the smoke and mirrors on the filament, right, to make us believe that we're not seeing what we're seeing. People have what? There's videos out there where people have got on a boat, gone 60 miles out, but yet they can still see the skyline. If the world was round, how can you see the skyline? They still can't explain gravity, darling dears. Because people in Australia are supposed to be on their face, darling dear. They can't explain it because it's not true. And, right, in schools, up until I believe it was around the 1920s, they taught the progenies, right, that the earth was flat. Until they had to what? Give it to you in the round. Everything is a sign, darling dears. We have what? Major intel afoot, right? Well, I'm already at the 42 and I haven't even put a card on the table. Divine wants me to speak freely today. If you can, darling dears, if you can afford it, because when it comes to your health and your mental wealth, do the water fast with me on Saturday. But we have to do the prayer today as we face east, right? Will allow the what? Those that are what? Keeping for us on Keitha to realize that we're ready for the major next step and a major download. The prayer facing east as we call in Archangel Michael to protect us, right? Because remember, the weapons will be formed, but they will not prosper. When we are what? United. Yes, baby. Anyhow, as I was saying, the mother energy, we have to be nurturing onto others. If you owe somebody who's in your inner circle, someone who you know, who you truly love, who you pour into on a daily, weekly or monthly basis, right? You need to apologize to them about something, darling dear, whatever it is. Just tell them sorry, but use the 5 golden rules, right? Express regret, accept responsibility, make restitution, show what? Genuine repentation, darling dear. Repent, right? And request forgiveness. Ask them how they can rebuild relationship between you and them, right? But remember, the skullduggeries are also afoot. So you're going to have to put your third eye on bitches and mitches. Not everybody deserves a seat at your table. The same table that divine what? Psalms 23:5. Your table is set in front of your enemies, darling dear. Psalms 23:6. Your head is anointed. And what comes after that? Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of life. Why I said head is anointed? You're going to have to anoint your third eye. I'll be anointing my third with the what? The olive oil. Olive is green. What did I tell you? Everything. I was just talking about my Irish moss. It's gone to a deep green color, so I'll be taking a big spoonful of that before I take the knee and pray facing eastwards. I'll be calling in the energies of Archangel Michael, darling dear. Yes, you've got all of the information now, guys. I told you, what you do with it is up to you, right? I'm not here to convince nobody about nothing. I'm a pointer. I told you, I stand in judgment of no one. But if it's ascension that you truly want, if it's a direction that you truly want, if you want to continue to be covered by your ancestral team who chose you to be born and alive and aware and woke during this Aquarius, age of Aquarius, baby, you have to understand you are a prototype of your lineage, sent to break generational curses. Remember I told you that? Fist bump. Let's continue, darling dears. As I sip my mocha, because I ain't getting smoked. There's so much information. I'm going to have to watch back this video to make sure that I dot my I's and cross my T's today. But what's sticking in my mind? We have to face east and we have to pray today. And we must call in the energy of Archangel Michael. Be wise, darling dear. Be wise. You are a healer. You are a healer. You have healing hands. You may even have a healing voice chakra. Remember, it kept interrupting my voice chakra. Someone is a singer and afraid to bring their lovely words, because singing, right, it heals every. I mean, goosebumps, guys. Someone is a singer. Even if you go on YouTube today and just make a video of you singing, if you're afraid to face the camera, don't look into the camera, right? And just sing, darling dear, because your words, your voice is meant to touch someone. If you've got a platform, make sure that you get the inner energy out there, darling dear. We have to what? Circumvent, right? And what? Lock and bind the energy that Sun is creating, right? And trying to release with the Hadron Collider. It's all information here, darling dear. Everything is here for you to be checked. I told you I'm a pointer. You have to be a keyboard gangster today. Right. Mocha sipped, yeah? I feel like I need to whisper. I don't know why. Let's see what other intel comes out. I love this deck. Love it. Love it. As I was saying, the Empress, right? Earth, water, as well as Venus energy. It also speaks about creation, and it's about your potentials, darling dear. Your potential is about to take an upgrade, because remember in my dream, the unsigned contract, right? From those that are cursed to live on the hamster wheel of the rinse and repeat of what? Karmic lessons and repeating what they've done in life. Yes, yes, yes. Right? The Empress also speaks about a future husband or wife material. The video that you may put out today, darling dear, will what? It be sending up your cat signal into the hemisphere, and your true divinely partner is going to see that video, and they will contact you because you are ready for the union. What you lack in knowledge and experience, they will bring to you. It will be the yin and yang of it all, darling dears. Remember I told you that. Don't hitch. If you've got a business idea and you want to launch that bitch today. It is your cat signal for your true divinely guided partner or soul tribe to come to thee. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. Let's dive in, darling dears. I nearly didn't spin the deck. Do I spin it? Hold on. Where's my I've got to ask the pendulum. Right, make sure that both sides of the deck are in the upright. What did I say? I was meant to look. Someone from the past, darling dear, is trying to come back in because they want your loyalty and your strength. If it's not your children. True thing. Because they want to share in the gift of you, darling dear, your energy. Do I spin the one side of the deck to upside and down? When it goes towards you, that's a yes. When it goes like this, it's a no. Am I meant to spin the deck so that they are both are in what opposition today? Am I meant to spin the deck? No! Okay, I get it. All right, make sure it's in the upright. Make sure it's in the upright. Okay. Intel for the big cat as we pay attention. Big cat, your 10 of cups is afoot, darling dear. Some of you have been solo dolo for some time because you've been the red light, green light champion, but it also speaks about, I'm the red light, green light champion. I told you this many times of 79. I forgot it for a bit, but I ain't forgetting that now. I'm telling you, I'm focused, man. You're about to go into unity. This is what true soul tribe partnerships, contracts are about to be signed today, darling dears. Spiritual contracts. What's this? Because you've been waiting for some time. I can't make it up. I can't. Let me see if I can see any runes, because these cards come with runes on it. All right. Where's my OC9? Something. On the Ace of Wands, I see two evil eyes, right? I'm also seeing something marked at the bottom. There's 1, 2, 3 definite markings. Something about the number 3, darling. I told you to parry for either 33 seconds. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Let me try and put it up, because you can screenshot it and you can bring it up. Right, there's 3 different definite markings at the bottom of this one. Very important, something that you have to put behind you. Make sure that you keep your shapely back turned, right? 4 cards came out. Base of the deck, darling dear. What did I say? Temperance is your ancestral team. You're being guided to what? Some ancient knowledge. Your crown chakra is about to be opened and you're going to get a spiritual download. It also speaks about moderation and balance, because you've been on a hard journey, darling dear, right? And look, we've got the sun and the moon. Didn't I just talk about the sun and moon? We don't normally bring up the sun and the moon when I'm giving the planetary energies, but balance is about to be brought into your life, darling. It also speaks about the releasing of addictions or addictive behaviors. We've got 5 cards on the table. 5 is the number of what? Change, darling. It's also speaking of what? Conflict and instability, which brought the change in your life, darling. The number 5 is what? Hierophant energy, Taurus energy, right? For what? Mentor as well as student. You're about to get information today, guys. That's going to top everything. But you have to face east, pray, call Archangel Michael to open your heart chakra, open your third eye, open your crown chakra so that you can get the messages. You may not get immediately, but you might hear it in a conversation that you hear of someone else. You might see it on a television. It might be on a notification as you're driving home or going home, right? It might come to you in a dream tonight, but it came to me in a dream last night that contracts are afoot, and some contracts you must not sign if you want this ascension. Baby, let me just cut the fan up one more notch here because it's proper hot in here. Devilishly hot. Yes. Ascension is afoot, big cats. Make sure that you share this message. So because I told you, you have to be the survival kit for another big cat. Like, subscribe, and share. Share this message today. If you haven't shared any of my messages before, even if you have, this is the most important one to date. This is Ascension, darling dears. Base of the deck. Yes! Leaving it all behind. 10 of Wands. Good God. 2 10s on the table mean what? Breakthrough, darling dear. Right? Packing up your old kit back and shining on, Nate. Whatever you was dealing with before. Never again, darling dear. You're being protected and you're being guided today. Pay attention. I'm sweating now. Going past the perspiration. I'm proper full-on sweating. Right. Let's dive in, darling dears. I'm paying attention to see if there is any runes on the cards, because this cards come with runes. So we can read the runes and see what else is happening. Clarify the 2 of Wands, because you've been in expectation, turning your back on the short stick, the temporary situations that were sent to awaken you. These lessons that turned you into what? The red light, green light champion. But divine doesn't want you to be what? Standing alone anymore. This is where you call it your true soul mate, right? Your true divinely guided partner, your true love's first kiss, as well as what? Your true soul tribe, darling dear. They will find you. Make that video, start that business. You've got to put your cat signal out there into the hemisphere, darling dears. This is not a time for you to hitch. Be the survival kit for another big cat. Share this message to as many people as possible, darling dears. Ascension is afoot. What must you be in expectation of? Look, they've even got the what? Isn't this, what's his name? Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. This is their bus, the mystery bus, the bus they drive to go and solve all the mysteries. I think their bus is green, but this one is red. What's red cover? The root chakra. Right. We've got to dive into that picadillo, because there's a lot of red leading from that till we get to our 10th cup, where we have the rainbow and the breakthrough of leaving past burdens behind. Some, as I said, this also speaks about an apology. If you have an apology to give to someone, right, give them the apology, whether they want to accept it or not, right? Right. We've got to get into the root chakra of it all, darling dears. The root chakra is ruled by Archangel Samael. Yes, yes. It's Mars energy. So this is Aries as well as Scorpio, darling dears. What else does it talk about? Come on, Case. Think. It's about your grounding, your stability, no longer being in what? Survival mode. You are a thriver, big cat, and you're about to be gifted with spiritual ascension today, right? Closure and healing endings are afoot. Love it. I don't hate it. Look, 2, 3, 2. Those numbers are important to somebody, right? We've got 2, 3, 2, 10, and we've got a 14 on the table. Those numbers are important to someone. Clarify the 2 of Wands. And the root chakra also speaks about what? Manifestation mode. And it also what? Covers the material world. Malkuth, darling dears. Clarify the Two of Wands. What did I say? Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is able to solve any issue. This is a time for where you what? Got to meditate and ponder on the intel that's coming towards you. You've got valid... Look! I can't make it up! Because when you take what you've been expecting and waiting for, darling dears, you're about to be gifted. You're about to be lifted up. And the Eight of Pentacles is success, darling dear. Success in anything to put your cat paws onto going forward from this day. Remember, I told you that. Get your energies out there. Success is on the tableau for you. Love it. Does it have any runes on any of these cards? I'm checking. Right, none on that, none on this. Can't see any so far because this is the deck that comes with runes. Right, it's going to be a success. What's this about? Partnerships, right? True soul tribe, true love's first kiss. What is it about it coming towards you? Because you are single as fuck, right? Solo dolo, like the boys or girls on the pole at this moment in time. But notice this. Once you embrace the energy of the Most High, Father, God, Mother Isis, you understood that every one of your responsibilities have been managed and handled. You're not been stressing about certain things anymore. You're in manifestation mode. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Rapinda Wagwan. Fist bump. Mitch. S. Hello. Pinky's up. Clarify the Three of Pentacles, please. Baby. We have a page, and it's the Page of Cups. This is immature energy coming in, darling dear. They're going to come and tell you that pigs are flying, darling dears. But look at this. I've never noticed this before. Where's my... Let me see what this is. Look, I never noticed this loving... They're trying to get at your heart chakra. I've never noticed these two hands, right? And it's got the energy of what? The root chakra and the solar plexus. Everything that I've been discussing. Yes, somebody's going to try and seal you in lies, darling dear. This is immature energy. This person also is what? Psychically gifted, but they use that gift to manipulate others. There's three people in this picture, one with their back turned. This is you, darling dears, getting the intel, researching everything that I've said today, because I tell you always lean on your own understanding. If this reading resonates with you, you will be guided. No runes in this picture. Someone's coming to tell you a lie. Page of Cups in... Oh, fell into my laptop. They're coming to lie to the Emperor. Listen, I can't make it up, darling dear. Know your worth and add tax. They know your worth because they've been what? In the nosebleed section. Where's that? Crevice of the devil's balls, darling dear. Where's that 911 Freddy Krueger mud hut? 2 streets over from the loser lane in the district of the damned. They're coming to apologize to you. You're going to have to close your eyes, darling dear. And I told you, cut off the communication immediately because their apology will come with a but. They want to come and lie to you, darling dear, and take you off your gangster and have your focus on what's not important to you. You have been sent to give healing energy to this Malkuth. We see it in the cards. You are a healer. You've got to shut your eyes and your ears, darling dear, when they come through with the fucking knees. What's this in her hair? I looked, first of all, it looked like it was a third eye, but it's not. It's a leaf, darling dear. A leaf from a tree. Tree of wisdom, darling dear. I told you, some of us need to go out there and hug a tree today. Walk barefoot in the grass. Why? Because we are electromagnetic beings. You'll get your healing amongst the trees, walking in grass, whoever that message is for. Base of the deck. Because whomsoever's coming to apologize, darling dear, they're coming to bring what? Delays into your life. And it's the first card that came up with the runes. We have what? We've got a fellow here, right? This is what? World card, ending of a situation, right next to radio, chariot energy. The world card is represented by I'm going to give you these messages: Earth and Saturn energy, as well as the fixed energy of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. It's right next to what? Good golly and gosh, the High Priestess. In the right way, darling. This is the upright, so I've got to tell you this. It's represented by the letter P, the numbers 8, 9, 10, and 11. They're coming to tell you porcupines blood. Yes. We've also got, look what's here. First as the first rune that fell on my hand, which I had to tell you about first. devil energy, right? We've got what? Manners, right? This is the Fool card on its face, telling you, leave Foolio alone, right? Notice this before. Big cat. Look at what your hands is touching. You are touching on judgment, right? Judgment, right? It means what? A divine calling on your life, your steps being divinely ordered, right? When you look at the judgment card in tarot, who's blowing the trumpet? Archangel Michael. All of it is a sign, darling dears. And you're right next to Gebo, the Gemini energy. I told you, right? At the beginning of the read, let me go back to the words that I typed, because I don't want to get it wrong, right? That the moon is going from what? Taurus into Gemini, right? Gebo is here. Gebo is here to show you that true partnerships are coming. Other people that are on the same wavelength, the same frequency, vibe like you do, darling dear. You're going to be joining up. You will no longer be hanging around, and you will not be alone. You was never alone. Divine was always with you. But physical beings on this Malkuth, you're going to be linking up, darling dear. Why? Because you're giving back the wood. No longer sacrificing yourself to what? Pennywise, son or daughter. Someone is coming towards you today to tell you a most heinous lie. And if you believe it or entertain it, darling dear, remember, you're taking on their karma. Pay no, there's nothing wrong with you walking away mid-sentence, hanging up the phone, or not even answering the call, darling dear. Remember, I told you that. Immature energy. The Hangman also speaks about what? Breaking out of a paradigm. Why? Because your perspective is changed. Where is the light of the sun? Right next to the third eye. The same light that is what? From Ra. As you what? Share your gifts, darling dear. Share your gifts. Love it. I don't hate it. The intel is afoot. Major arcana, darling dear. Major arcana. You're going to be thinking about certain things. Air energy. Air energy. Right? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, right? It's masculine energy. It speaks about clarity, your intellect, right? Setting your intentions. Why? You're being called to action, darling dear. Called to action to show the universe that you're ready. You are ready for the intel that's going to be what? Dropped on you, darling dears. But as I said, we will be praying for 33 seconds. If you're with the what? The work that keeps you in drudgery, or 3 minutes and 33 seconds facing east. Very important, big cats. Facing east. Get your compasses out. If you haven't got the means to get a compass out, what you do, right? Because we saw the leaf, right, in the Empress's hair. You can go to your garden or where there's a tree, but don't steal their leaf. You have to ask the tree first if you can take the leaf, right? Then you get a little receptacle of water, right? You put the leaf, right, in the water, and then you get a needle, you know, like to sew in. Put the needle on top of the leaf, right? And it will always show you north. You'll be able to be your own compass today, make your own compass today. The needle will automatically go to north, right? Because it's magnetized. That way you'll know which way is east, okay? Okay, I've got all bases covered with the intel. There's 117 in the chat and 71 likes, right? The number 11, 77, and 1 is very important. 11 is a major common master number, darling. Just let me just calm my cranium down, pull down my shiz naive, right? 11 is about what? Divine inspiration. The 77 is what? A trust in the unseen, trust in the intel that I've just dropped on you, darling dear. I've dropped wisdom. I told you, I am what? The gatekeeper, right? Many of us tarot readers are gatekeepers. We all have our different ways of delivering the intel to you, but the ones that are the true will always gift you with the tools on how to circumvent the fucking ease, blood, right? I don't want to talk on no other tarot reader because what they're doing on their channels is their business, but this is what I'm telling you. I name no names because it's none of my business. I cannot stand in judgment of others. I told you, I'm a pointer. What about this Two of Pentacles standing by itself, darling dears? Being told to give it a good shufti. Okay. Oh, my eyes have just been guided to this. Some of you are going to get some information from a progeny, possibly a man-child. Yes, because look where the stick is pointing towards. a son, a nephew, a cousin, someone else's son is going to bring some information to you after you pray today, darling dears. Remember I told you that. Pay attention. It's going to allow you to drop whatever burdens that's been keeping you stuck on this Malkuth, because you're being divinely guided. I've just noticed this before. I've never noticed this before. This angel has the sun energy on it. What's the sun? Ra. Everything is a sign in this reading. Good God, the goosebumps and the pimples made, they're going off the Richter scale. Let me just take a second to just ground myself as I sip my mocha. What do we need to know about the single ones amongst us? Right? What do we need to know? Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please. Because this trustful that we have to make, darling dear, patient of time, but your healing skills. Wanted. Somebody is seeking your intel today, darling dears. What did I say? Someone is seeking your intel. It's been slowing in coming, right? Slowing in coming forward. Whomsoever this person is, you're going to think they're a knight. You're going to be entrapped in your mind, wondering if you should choose them. But remember, you're on a divinely guided path. You're going to have to use your discernment. Those that are coming with the bullshit apologies and those that come with the double mind, James 1:8, come to ear hustle and try and steal your energies. Remember I told you that. The Knight of Pentacles goes to Nine of Pentacles, right? I'm bringing it up to Nine of, I don't know why I said 9, but it came out. Freudian slip meant to come out. Nine of Pentacles is what? Single, independent, making slow but steady progress. This also speaks about your business acumen. Things that you've been slow in putting out there, get into, darling dear. Today you have to hold your gangster and take that trust fall, that leap of faith. Pardon me, that's a spiritual belt. Because I speaks the truth, roof. Pinky's up. The universe is going to rise up to meet you halfway, darling dear. Come through, black eyed peas. Posh clap. Base of the deck, as I said. You have a choice to make, darling dears. Are you going to take the trust fall? Or are you going to what? Lead with what? Understanding from a dummy bat. These things you need to know. Five of Cups. Divine wants to fill up your Two of Cups, darling dear. And someone is crying in regret as they realize how powerful you are. When you gamble and lose a big cat, darling dear, it takes a while to set in. This true loyalty is coming towards you. Somebody who is methodical. They may not have the emotions that you really want, but they will be showing true emotions and feeling through their actions. And this is what you want. You've had many people, that doppelganger cranium, darling dear, with their Agent Smith affiliate self, with their words, but their actions never lined up. This person or people coming towards you, darling dear, their actions, right, will speak louder than any word that they could give you. Remember I told you that. Make the right choice. Base of the deck, because you have the badass alchemist ways. Divine has just gifted you with all of the tools to circumvent the energy that's going today and to harness the download that is about to be gifted to us. Is there any runes on this card? Yeah, all of the runes. Air, fire, water, and cups. So this is air, earth. Oh gosh, I can't even speak now. Someone doesn't want me to say it. There's something on this card that I'm not seeing. Okay then. The center of this card reminds me of this, the peacock feathers. And the peacock feather also again points back to the temperance as you being protected. You are earth angel, darling dear. And ascension is yours today, but you have to be willing to take it. I believe that's what we've got to talk about. Let's go to my big cards. I very rarely use. Very, very, very rarely use. What further intel does the big cat need to know before I shove off to go and do my prayers for 33 minutes facing the east, calling in Archangel Michael? And we also had Archangel Samael Call him as well, darling dear, because it's the solar plexus and the root. We saw it on the card. What else do we need to know? These cards are something else, darling dears. Is it? I can't hold it this way. Right, we'll wait for it to fall out by itself because I'm not picking it. Baby, what's this? And look what's on the base, right? Ascended masters, ancestors, signs, signals, and downloads. Remember I told you that 311 is very important to someone. The energy of the thruple. Didn't I tell you it's been chasing me? Yes. And the 11 is what? Divine inspiration, right? And look at the card that fell out by itself. A highly spiritual number, 1111. Fate, darling dear. Ascension is afoot, right? It says highly spiritual number. This is a time for you to level up, manifestation, and you're about to be granted grace, darling dear. Grace. On that note, I drops me mic. Told over to my Teesprings, told over to my Patreon, or simply smoked. And don't smoke yourself. Never you get my big cat. You're Peter 19. Chosen, or chosen generation. Know your worth and add tax. We saw the Empress twice. The energy of what? The High Priestess. Putting your third eye on bitches and mitches. All answers come from within. Take the knee and pray facing eastward. Calling in Archangel Michael as well as Samael for your protection, your wisdom, and your guidance. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. Big cat wave.